My wife was using the crosscut sled when she noticed it was catching a little. After a bit of investigation, we determined it was the right-hand table wing, but no amount of adjustment would get it so that it was flat. And that's when we figured out, unfortunately, it was the wing itself that had warped. In this video, I'll show you how I built a replacement out of some pine and melamine, which sadly is better than the stock Sawstop Extension Wing. A friend was kind enough to lend me his pocket hole jig, which took care of the joinery. There are bolts on all four sides of the frame, so the screws aren't really holding much weight. It means the pocket holes are perfect for this application. So that the top piece can fit over the bolt heads, I just need to draw some relief holes. I've already done two of them and I've marked out the other two. As an experiment, this was actually fairly successful. I'm not sure, I wasn't sure whether I would need hardwood railing to support the melamine, but it seems fairly good. It's agging a lot of weight. Worst case, if this starts to sag, I can either replace the rails with the melamine, with hardwood, sorry, or I can run some other rails in either direction to really lock this piece of melamine in position. I'm just going to leave it as a friction fit, because it actually requires a fair bit of effort from the underside to move it around, and there's no play left or right. As an added bonus, this is the size of the wing that's the size of the wing that came with it, so you can see that I'm gaining a lot more material support there, and all it cost me was a few dollars to buy the bolts. All the rest of the stuff, all the pine was just scrap, and the melamine again was an offcut. So eventually I will replace the other wing as well, but for now I can move my crosscut sled very smoothly. It's no longer catching on the P of Sawstop. You can see, hopefully you can see there where it was starting to wear away, and there's a corresponding mark on the underside of the crosscut sled where it's just been scuffed up from this being all out of whack. So my recommendation, if you're going to buy a Sawstop contractor saw, definitely go for the cast iron wings. The same goes for any contractor saw really. The pressed metal ones are garbage. And I really don't like saying that. I quite like this saw, but there are a few issues with it, and this is clearly one of them. So yeah, it's quite inexcusable for such an expensive saw to ship with such garbage pieces of material. Even just a flat piece of sheet metal would be a little bit better than having the name embossed into it, because it really does make it a bit more awkward. However, this was relatively quick and simple build. The only issues I had were the local big box stores don't actually stock M8 bolts over, I think it's 25mm. So absolutely useless. I had to order online, so that took a few days to arrive, and then painted the floors in the garage, which I will show in a shop tour video shortly. Thanks for watching.